Hi. Does it look better with or without the light? You tell me, because it's kind of hurting my eyes, but I feel like I should do it with the light. What do you think, babe? Hi. Hi. You're so cute. Man, it's been a minute. Without the light? Okay, sweet. All right, thank you. How's everybody doing? You're going to say it now with the light. You're the best, much love. You're the best. And much love to you too. Thank you so much. With the light? All right, I got one vote with the light, one with that. All right. My girl's vote counts as 10 billion, so I gotta do that. Thank you, Ernesto. All right, Chato was like, yeah, with the light. All right. Hi, Robert. How are you? You did say with. Exactly. Exactly. How is everybody doing on this lovely day? You were right, okay? You were right. Have I tried Mineral Oud by Tom Ford? No, I have not. What I think of My Way or the Highway. I don't think I've tried that Armani fragrance yet. I have not, but I really would love to. I'm wondering, somebody was saying that it's kind of similar to Aqua de Gioia. Do you find it to be like that, or is it a little bit different? Okay, let's see. Psh, come on now. Look at this. I mean, potentially you might be right, but it's good, bestie. Hi, Naldo. How are you? I'm good. I'm chilling. I haven't been on YouTube Live in a minute, so wanted to hop on. What do I think of? What I think of Barbers and Jazz Club by Replica. I personally remember liking At the Barbers more than Jazz Club. I think I really just don't really like boozy fragrances as much. Something I totally recommend because I know it has that mass appeal. But for me, there was something about At the Barbers that was super sexy that I really, really like. So let's see. Lacoste L'Homme. I haven't tried anything from Lacoste. Am I still a big fan of Naxos? Yeah, I still love Naxos. It's my favorite tobacco fragrance. It's more of a honey fragrance, but I just like the way the tobacco smells in it. Ever since I started watching your shorts about the chain necklaces, I notice them all the time now. Totally went over my head before. It really does make people look put together and shit. Oh man, Stacy, now we're talking. This is exactly what I want to talk about. No, I'm playing. But I'm wearing the 5mm Cuban right now, and there will be a Franco coming in, so I'm excited about that. But we'll see. The Franco's about 3mm, and it's gonna be 16 inches, so it's gonna be higher. But do you have a favorite chain? Is there something that you like rocking? Let's see. What about Usher VIP? The only celebrity fragrances I've tried, Miguel, are like not I haven't tried Usher's, but like Adam Levine's, Hailey Kiyoko's, Ariana Grande's. There's another one, but they were okay. I liked Cloud the best. Anything similar to Creed Silver Mountain Water. There's a dupe by Armaf called Sauvage, but I have not tried that yet. All right, let's see. At the Barbers is your new fave. Appreciate the answer. I got you. Okay, so for Libre EDP and Intense, the only time I ever tried Libre, I don't even know which concentration it was. I think it was the EDT, and I tried the Intense, but it was on a test strip, so I can't really remember it if I'm being totally honest with you. So tell us about Salt and Pepper. You're persuading me into getting it, I swear. I used it as my scent of the day. So this is... Look, well, let me show you this. This is my girl's bottle of Oud Symphony. So I haven't touched it per her request because this is for her when she comes over. But this is my Salt and Pepper, and you can kind of already see the dent just a little bit. It's barely there, but I've had this in my collection for like a day or two already, and I use this as my scent of the day. But kind of like I said in my video, I recommend you get Salt and Pepper if you want something that's sexy to women. All right, like it's a fragrance that's very attractive to women. Now, like I said in my other video, the people that have complained to me about it are guys. And when I asked how they felt about the opinions, like what the women around them thought, they're like, no, I haven't worn it around anybody. So, I mean, I'm going to tell you, I don't think that it will be really sexy to the masculine nose, because even for me, the first time I smelled it, I thought it was going to be a typical masculine scent until it started to dry down, and I was like, oh shit, my girl was right. This smells good. And then sure enough, when I wore it around women, they just loved it. So it's a very simple fragrance. It has that mass appealing quality. It's peppery. It has ambroxan, so it pushes and it lasts a decent amount of time. But I love it. It's very versatile, and especially for the summer that's coming up, like, keep an eye on the level of juice in the bottle, because you're gonna slowly see it starting to go down. All right, yeah, Sillage is amazing. I would love to try that. I'd love to try that. The new Bleu de Chanel, there's a new Bleu de Chanel fragrance. Man, are they doing like an elixir or like an extrait or something like that? They already have the EDP, EDT, and the Parfum. That's interesting. Let's see. You have Elysium. Oh, you have Elysium? Dude, Ernesto, layer them together. I swear to you, it is such a good combination. I have gotten stupid compliments off of those two, like when I layer them. And you know what? I'm not really a fan of layering fragrances that much, but with Elysium, that kind of is, I love, well, Molecula 1, I don't really count it as layering because it's not really, it's an ISO E super type of fragrance, so it helps more with the longevity than adding like another scent to the mix. But Elysium and Salt and Pepper together is so, so good. So good. Have I tried Udin? Yes, I have. Hi, Bryce. And hi, Edward. Yeah, I've tried it. It kind of reminded me of Chanel Blanche, not gonna lie. And I think Chanel Blanche is like half the price. So to me, I say go with Chanel Blanche. That's still a nice fragrance. Versace Yellow Diamond. No, I have not. I hope you're doing well, Bryce. Let's see. In your opinion, what is the best MFK frag? I personally like Amaris Homme. Now, is it the most complex or challenging? Absolutely not. It's a very likable type of fragrance. Kind of reminds me of Clean Laundry, but there's a little bit of a dirtiness to the fragrance up close that is not really picked up when people are, in your scent bubble, but I kind of pick up on it when I smell it, like, right on my skin. But it's very nice. It's very nice. I used to really love Gentle Fluidity Silver for a good amount of time, and that thing projects like crazy. But there's something really just wearable about Amaris Homme that I could just throw it on whenever I want to, and I like that. All right, stronger projecting designer. Well, the JPGs do that pretty good. Versace Eros does project well. I'm thinking Spicebomb Extreme is like probably one of my favorite sweet fragrances that has a nice scent trail, nice projection. Have I tried? No, I have not tried Sillage yet. I would love to. Let's see. I'm finding it hard to find a sexy smell with beast mode projection. Like on the designer side, Usama, or do you mind if it's niche? Because the niche territory, you're going to get some things that have really good projection, like Sidra Rosé. I haven't tried the EDP, but the EDT of Eros already blasts. Like, I gave that to my little cousin, and he likes it. Thoughts on Good Girl? I love it. Or do you recommend something better? Trying to buy a gift for somebody. Honestly, Ernesto, I think that if you're buying a gift for somebody that doesn't like or that doesn't know about fragrances, I would say Good Girl is fantastic, because not only does it smell amazing and they're going to get a lot of love when people smell it on them, but the bottle design of that, the stiletto heel, like when I gifted this to my sister, I gave her Good Girl for Christmas a couple years ago, and she was like, oh my god, this bottle is gorgeous. So it's just like super pretty. Everything about it is amazing. So gonna buy Eros EDT soon. Thanks very much. You're welcome. I do, some people have complained to me about, like, I don't know, reformulations, but that is, I don't know if it's true or not. There's a lot of reformulation talk with so many fragrances now that somebody mentioned Eros. If anybody can back that up, let me know if you've heard anything about that. But for the most part, Eros is a party fragrance, so it's gonna push. Should I get Fierce or Legend? Fierce. Let's see. Oh, hi, Hillary. Nordstrom has a discovery set of Parfums de Marly for $160. It's Pegasus, Herod, Percival, Leighton, Carlisle, and Galloway. I will tell you right now, Orange, that the fragrances I like from that lineup are, well, Percival I gave to my dad, so that's a good gift to give. Leighton and Carlisle. The other three I don't really mess with, personally. Reformulation rumors are so annoying. Yeah, also discontinued rumors. I don't really keep up with them that much, but sometimes I might be in the minority here, but I feel like people throw around the word reformulation a lot, but they're just nose blind to the fragrance. You know what I mean? So it's like it's definitely there, but you just no longer smell it as much, and that's normal, you know? So let's see. What would you recommend as a men's fragrance? I want to give to my friend. He's in his 20s. Let's see. Oh, read your comment. Oh, well, Babe said Blue Agave. Honestly, that is perfect. Blue Agave is a perfect fragrance for that, just because it's the summertime. It's very simple, easy to like, kind of similar to Salt and Pepper, where it's attractive to the feminine nose. Hi, Abs. How are you? But yeah, it's just like, I mean, unless your guy friend prefers, you know, other guys, if he's a part of the community as well, you know, then, well, honestly, Blue Agave would still kind of work, but more girls are attracted to the Blue Agave than guys. So let's see. Yes, I have tried Baldi Afrique, and I didn't like it. That's the only fragrance I've tried from Byredo, guys, and I just feel like it kind of smells like a sweaty person that threw on fresh cologne. Or not even cologne, just like a fresh fragrance. There's just an underlying stink to it, kind of like I Am Trash by Libre d'Orange. So Bryce says overhyped and reformulation are so annoying. Yeah. No, I hear those words all the time. They're like, is this worth the hype? Is the hype? And it's like, people just like what they like. You know what I mean? I don't see anybody really inflating shit that they don't enjoy. But again, I don't really watch other fragrance videos. But everything I talk about is not like I'm blindly like, oh, I love this shit, I love it. But it's like, there's nothing on it. You can really tell which fragrances I love because the juice is, you know, it's being used. You know what I'm saying? Except for Wood Cedral Rosé. Well, I use Elysium more than this fragrance now, so I can't complain. Club de Nuit. Yeah, I like the women's and the men's. What do I think of a young man wearing Chanel No. 5 EDT? Rock the hell out of it. Yes, I knew a couple guys that wore Chanel No. 5, and it was the best time that, like, Chanel No. 5 smelled good to me. I've smelled that thing on so many women, older women in particular, but when I smelled it on, like, these two guys, they're in their mid-20s, I was like, damn, y'all smell good. And I didn't know it was Chanel No. 5. So that just goes to show that skin chemistry plays a huge part. So don't be afraid of the labels, y'all. Let's see. When you made that video a couple weeks ago saying Tuxedo was available at Neiman Marcus, I checked a few minutes after you dropped the video and it was gone. Man, bro, like, a lot of people have been copying that bottle. They really, really do love it. I actually got tagged in a video that this guy posted on TikTok. I think he tagged me in it, and he bought Tuxedo too. So, like, it's just like flying off the shelves. But it's a great fragrance. Not as much supply for it right now. Very high demand. I know I'm gonna bet that if you look on Amazon or eBay, the prices for that are probably sky high. So yeah, be on the lookout with Neiman Marcus. If I find a discount site link that has Tuxedo, you know you would be the first to be put on. Well, I actually do that on Instagram because it's easier to link that kind of stuff on my stories. I need to utilize YouTube stories more. Okay. Yes, I have tried You or Someone Like You by Libre d'Orange. Hi, Kassan. And Edward, I liked it. It was my favorite one from that brand, but I didn't like it enough to want to wear it again. You know what I mean? The other ones I was kind of put off by, but with You or Someone Like You, I'm like, okay. If I remember correctly, it kind of smelled a bit minty. Correct? Am I right about that? Let's see. Has your perfume taste... First of all, hi, Stacy. Has your perfume taste matured? I'm getting into fragrances, and I feel like I only like fresh white florals and not super well blended or seemingly complex things. Has your taste changed? You know, maybe a little bit, like a tweak, because if I was exposed to something like maybe Carlisle for the first time and never trying anything, I'd be like, whoa, this is a very complex type of fragrance, and I might have been a little bit more intimidated with it. But honestly, a lot of the scents that I like they're pretty similar, along the same lines, just because I live in warm weather. But yeah, I don't think it's been that drastic. I still am not the biggest fan of oud. There's only like 2 oud fragrances that I really rock with. You know what I mean? Okay. Aventis Cologne has to be one of my favorites in the collection. Out of Aventis versus Aventis Cologne, I completely agree with you. I think that Aventis Cologne is much better. Okay. The minty rose speaks to me. Okay, so you like that one. That's good. That's good. Hindu Crush or Hindu Kush is another Mancera that people have been telling me to get my nose on. So I'd be down. I'd be down. And I haven't tried a single fragrance from Nasomato. I think that people have mentioned Black Afghano and some other ones too, so I'd be down too. Is there too old of an age for Fierce? To me, it's just nostalgic, so it's not a fragrance I would ever throw on again, but I think if you like it, wear it. But if you want a more grown, refined version of Fierce and you have some money to spend, then you can go with Percival by Parfums de Marly. And that's a pretty solid fragrance. But no, I think if you want to, wear it. If you love the scent, you know? I have tried Ojan, but not Halte. And Ojan is their gourmand offering, but I don't really find it to be that gourmandish. It kind of smells like the apple pie dough before it's baked. You know, Angel Share versus Ojan, easily Angel Share, hands down. That's really a gourmand to me. Ojan it's all right. Angel Share pulls. It blows that shit out of the water. It's not shit. It blows it out of the water. All right. I'm torn between Silver Mountain Water or Side Effect. Which one do you prefer? Well, for me, it's warm where I live, so I would go with Silver Mountain Water, but if you live in a predominantly colder area, go with Side Effect. Okay, let's Hi Cody. Yeah, no, it's been a rough couple of days, honestly, but I will reach out to I'll be reading the comments very, very soon. I'm in California, Landon. Let's see. Melissa, speaking of gourmands, Harrod by Parfums de Marly and Black Phantom by Killian as a birthday gift in the wintertime for a tall, dark, handsome BF. Which one wins? Oh, to me, Black Phantom. But I will say, Chloe, that Harrod is a safer smell than Black Phantom. Yes, it's tobacco leafy, and I think that your boyfriend would probably enjoy Harrod more. You might too. I'm not really the biggest fan of Harrod, but Black Phantom has this very assertive type of presence to it that it just, like, if you wear it as a signature scent, that's fire. You know what I mean? If you got that, if he's got it like that. But I don't know, there's just something about it that just like dominates the room. You know what I mean? So that's totally up to you. It has that dark chocolate, rum, coffee vibe that makes it addictive, but it's really a head-turning fragrance. So for me, I would say Black Phantom just because I like it better between the two, but I think Harrod is potentially the cozier fragrance. You know what I mean? Depends what you guys like to do for fun. Naxos. I love Naxos. It's great. Le Labo. Only tried the Noir 29 and it's okay. Okay, let's see. I own Carlisle, Leighton, and Cologne. Next was Percival. Okay, I have not even tried Cologne yet. I know that's the red bottle. But I will say Percival, definitely mass appealing for me. Like I said before, it's just kind of a grown version of Fierce. And to me, that smell is very nostalgic. And it kind of makes me reminisce of high school. So I didn't really want to wear it. But, you know, I gave that to my dad for his birthday. And, like, my mom loves it on him. My sister's like, Dad, you smell so good. You know what I mean? So he's been loving it. Thoughts on Oud Wood in the summer? Unpopular opinion, but yeah. No, I do love wearing Oud Wood. In the 80s, I know to some people that's not that hot. 90s, maybe. I would layer it with probably something brighter, like Elysium. But I mean, I've worn Oud Wood in the high heat, and it smells really good. Let's see. Clown smells like a red bell pepper. I don't know if I'm sold with that, you know, but I love the taste of red bell peppers. I don't know if I want to smell like that, though. We'll see. I'm down. So I do need to try more Tom Fords. You're mentioning here Rose de Russie, something like that. So I gotta try that. Oud Mineral. And a very popular Tom Ford people ask me all the time about is Black Orchid. They're like, what do you think of Black Orchid? And I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it, like, well, you know what? I like it. That's what I'll say. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. Just bought Almaz yesterday. Such a great summer scent. Ooh, fun. Hi, Soji. How are you? Do I like any other Raja Parfum fragrances for summer months? only Oceania. Besides Elysium, I would give it to Oceania. The rest are more mature type of scents that I would smell on like grandpas. You know, not really the biggest fan of the other ones that I've smelled. Black Orchid is for sure an acquired taste. You're right. Yeah, it's truffly. I mean, I do like the smell of dark chocolate or chocolate like in Noir de Noir, but yeah, Black Orchid is nice, but it's just not my favorite. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Fragrance you reach for when running errands. Today it was salt and pepper. Do you think Hachavat is the best freshy fragrance? For me, no. I hardly reach for Hachavat anymore just because I use Elysium. I love salt and pepper. Like, I've been layering the two of those nonstop. But yeah, Hachavat is nice if you like the fresh pineapple and then the oak moss dry down. No, I haven't tried Ambassador by Gisada. Do I think Cloud really smells like Baccarat Rouge? It's definitely, it's in the same vein. You know what I mean? Does it smell exactly like it? No, it's a dupe. And that's usually what dupes do. They kind of are in the ballpark, but they're never like an exact like hit. You know what I'm saying? But for like a $65 fragrance compared to $350, they're in the same wheelhouse. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Hi from Quebec, Canada. Hi. Just bought Molecule 1 to boost my fragrances. What shouldn't I mix it with? I haven't really sprayed it on a fragrance that I couldn't mix it with. You know, you could just throw it on with anything, to be honest. I don't wear it with heavier fragrances because those already perform really nicely. What's the best dupe for Tobacco Vanille? Ooh, I have not really tried many dupes of that fragrance. Let's see. Intense Cafe, I do like that fragrance. I mentioned it in my signature scent video that I posted today. So you could check that out if you want. But yeah, it's a rose coffee type of scent. All right, best MFK fragrance. Kind of like I said earlier, I still prefer Ambres Homme over the other ones that I've worn. So yeah, you pronounced my name correctly. Made your cool points soar through the roof. I am glad. And please, if I ever mispronounce anybody's name, please correct me because I'm not going to run around mispronouncing people's names on purpose. You know, like, have you ever had those people that are like, oh, that's too hard to pronounce, like, I'm just gonna call you this? It's like, no, like, learn somebody's name right. It's not that hard. All right, let's see. Salute to you for knowing notes for so many fragrances. For some reason, every time I go to buy fragrances, when I test them, they all smell the same. So you know what, I've actually made a video on this, Ansh, where like a lot of people, when they go to test scents, and you can, if you follow me on TikTok, it's my pinned video. So you'll see it right when you just hop on my page. You don't have to scroll. But pretty much, if you have the test strip, hold the fragrance at a distance and then spray it and let the mist fall onto the paper. If you're spraying the fragrance and the paper is right here and the alcohol is kind of dripping like that, of course, when you put it to your nose, the fragrance it can't really breathe, so all you're smelling is alcohol. So like if you hold it from a distance, let it fall onto it, by the time it reaches your nose, it'll smell like the way the fragrance is actually supposed to smell, and you should be able to get a better understanding of the scent, you know. Let's see. Gran Soir. You like Gran Soir? Yeah, Gran Soir is a nice fragrance. Oh, you're responding to somebody. Ooh. Yes, I do find it to be vanilla amber, but I don't really find it to be all that woody, honestly. Okay, so have I smelled Clive Christian Blonde Amber? I have only tried X for her. We need to have a conversation about Prada Luna Rosa and how much of a compliment getter it is under the radar. You know what? I have talked about that fragrance a lot actually in my previous videos, especially I think on my shorts and on my TikTok. So I think it's time for me to resurface it again. But you're right. No, like Carbon goes. Again, Carbon is one of those fragrances that is not attractive to the masculine nose. You're not going to understand it. Wear that around women, you're going to find out, oh, that like it's a sexy fragrance to them. You know what I mean? So I remember the first time I wore Carbon because my sister's boyfriend bought it and I was testing it. And I was like, oh, I love this. He's like, really? I don't find it that great. And then my sister smelled it on me. She's like, oh my God, you smell so nice. And then I went out that night and a couple girls were telling me that they loved my fragrance. So it definitely pulls. It has, and it's fairly like affordable in comparison to other designer scents. And the only downfall of it that people give it is that it's aggressive, but I mean, just let it breathe, you know what I mean? And you'll be fine. All right, let's see. Givenchy Gentleman, it reminds me of Dior Homme Intense. So it's like, I don't know, Dior Homme Intense is the OG, so I gotta give that to Dior Homme. How many sprays can I get away with in the office with Prada L'Homme? Okay, so don't do 5. Honestly, I know this might sound like an unpopular opinion, but I might have to go with 2. And here's why, all right? Because Prada L'Homme has great projection. That thing, like, blasts when you wear, like, I remember when I wore it, I thought, it smells like an office fragrance, but it performs kind of like a party scent in terms of projection. So the reason I say 2 sprays, I mean, you can try to get away with 3, is because it can start to irritate people, especially if you're in an office building where there's other floors and you're sharing it with different companies and you can't just air out the floor that you're on, then it can be very inconsiderate to people. So just be cautious with that, because it definitely goes. All right, let's see. Let's see. Cedrat Posay with 540. Oh, I have not tried that. I'm down to. Melissa, have you sampled a good amount of Maison Margiela? Yes, I have. I used to have, my sister actually bought the Discovery kit with, I think, is it 10? About 10 fragrances, but I have tried Bubble Bath. So I've tried maybe about 11 of their fragrances. And I love Lazy Sunday Morning. That's probably my favorite one that I've tried. I have a soft spot for By the Fireplace because it's so unique and different. And I do like At the Barber's as well. Let's see. Hi, Rudy. Wore 2 sprays of Leighton at work and it was plenty. Ooh, yeah, I would. With Leighton, the reason I'm so minimal with sprays at work is just because you want it to be something you can smell but not other people around you, because it can really piss people off. You know what I mean? So that's why I suggest small fragrances in small doses, because also if your coworkers are allergic to fragrances, that's just a whole nother mess. So you yourself enjoy it, but don't wear fragrances at work to get compliments, because people aren't there to just have fun. You know what I mean? All right. Oud Symphony in the summer for a man or no? Hell yeah. But I would say when the sun's going down. All right. Like that fragrance in the heat, you could pull it off maybe if you layer it with something fresher. Like my girlfriend likes to use gin and rose water to make it fresh. But hell yeah. Summertime Oud Symphony as the sun's going down and you have plans for the night. So good. So good. It does smell like s'mores, huh? By the Fireplace. Yeah. By the Fireplace is a banger. It still is. Yes, it is. Soji, how did you get into collecting? And how did you become so knowledgeable at a young age? I got into this hobby around late 2020. That's when I was doing it for fun. But I posted my first video on TikTok January 2021. And it was just super fun. I wanted to give my opinion on things. And, as my following was growing, people were asking about like certain notes. And the more I was trying things, I'd be like, hey, this kind of smells like blah, blah, blah. And then when I look at the notes of the fragrance, I'm like, oh, okay, this is in there. You know what I mean? So that kind of helped me like determine, like it got my nose better at noticing like certain notes and things like that. But it's been really, really fun. I like it a lot. Yeah, Molecule 01 does go with everything. Let's see. Both, Noah. Absolutely both. Best compliment you've received recently? Recently, it was probably the lady at Costco, because that one threw me for a loop. I was wearing salt and pepper, and then I also put a little bit of Elysium with it, and I thought this lady was going to ask me where things were. I thought she thought I worked there, and she was with her husband. But she was like, what perfume are you wearing? And we ended up talking for like 5 minutes. She's like, you just smell so good. Like, I haven't smelled that before. And I wanted to know what it was. And we kind of got into this conversation about what a niche fragrance was. Because when I told her the names of the scents and then the brand, she was very confused. She's like, what even is that? Where do you get that? Right? So, I mean, that's a good thing about knowing about niche fragrances, is that's basically what I've been reiterating in all my videos, is that these niche scents that are overrated, according to people in the fragrance community, are totally not overrated because people don't know them in the real world. Hi, DT. So just please remember that when you hear people talk about that online, like when they say Layton's overrated. No. Go to a party, wear Layton, and I promise you, you're going to stand out. Like Salt and Pepper, Elysium, those fragrances, pull, all right? And you're not trying to impress. I mean, maybe you are. If you're someone trying to impress people on the internet that you're never going to meet with a really unique niche fragrance, then you can do that, right? But if you are trying to, if you're going to be going to a party and you want it to smell good to the people there, then that's a different story, all right? Have I ever tried any scent from Low? I have not. I have not. You mean the OG Prada Luna Rosa bottle, but carbon is... Oh yeah, I haven't tried the OG. I've loved fragrances my whole life. Started building a wardrobe in 2019. Nice. But you seem to have way more experience than me. I love it. Oh man, no, this is just like I'm just very fortunate that people were very sweet and wanted to also like, you know, watch my videos and be like, hey, what fragrances do you want to try? And then they would literally ask for my PO box and like send it. So that was super nice. Where I feel, what's your zodiac sign? I feel like Taurus have the best nose. Well, Edward, Gabrielle did give you the answer. But since you didn't see it, I'm gonna let you guess one more time. And then I'll tell you what it is. All right, let's see. What are you saying, babe? Woody and Vanilla. Ooh, she's got the best recommendations. She's the one that put me on to Oud Symphony and Salt and Pepper because she smelled them and bought that shit immediately. So her nose, I definitely trust, especially when it comes to things being mass appealing and sexy to women. Like she's just, when she goes nuts over something, and also when Dar goes nuts over a fragrance, I know it's a superstar. And sure enough, once I wear it out, it is a superstar, you know? So let's see. Do I layer Molecule One or use it solo more often? I use it, I honestly use it more solo. Yeah. Okay. Argos fragrances? No, I have not. Yeah, it's, Gabrielle was correct. The answer is Cancer. That's the answer. Can Salt and Pepper stand on its own, or do I need to layer it with Elysium? It can stand on its own, 1000%. But I do like the fruity vibe that Elysium brings to it when I layer them. But don't be mistaken, I've worn it by itself and it pulls like crazy regardless. So it's just like can do no wrong type of fragrance, you know what I mean? Scorpio, no. I would like to see you compare fragrances on the streets with random girls. You know, I was actually thinking about doing that on my channel, but here's the thing. So on TikTok, I remember seeing this a couple months ago where these girls were saying, hey, you have to be cautious of these people asking you to smell things on the street because, you know, like with, if you're a woman, you know that we take our safety very seriously. And if a random person comes up to you and is like, smell this, you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I hope that's not chloroform. You know what I mean? So I know that already kind of puts women, like kind of makes them a bit uncomfortable. So I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So the reactions that I tell you about are authentic, and I never approach with me asking, what do you think of this fragrance? All of the reactions I tell you when I say, oh, I got complimented on this, were initiated by the person that smelled me. I never go up to people and ask them what they think of my fragrance. They always come up to me. So yeah, it's, we gotta love that. We gotta like, you know, that's the kind of fragrance that you want if you want something mass appealing, something that people come up to you for, and you don't have to be like, hey, do you like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that. Ever watch other reviewers? I actually don't really watch, I don't watch other fragrance reviewers. I just do my best to kind of engage with my community here. And it's fun. Best compliment getter. Like I said, 007 right now is Salt and Pepper for me. That mix, well, that one and Elysium, both by themselves, but together are also amazing. But no, Salt and Pepper is on a whole nother level right now. That shit goes. Carlisle is fantastic too, but it's way too hot to be wearing that. So I'm not even attempting to open that bottle. All right. Light or night, Chloe. These things got hella dark. I mean, look, you gotta keep it honest. You know, these are conversations that, like, I don't know how it is in circles with guys, but I'm sure you guys aren't really tripping about each other's safety, you know, with like to the extent that women do sometimes with these things. So It sounds like something that's like, damn, that took a wrong turn, but it's like, no, that's shit that like we actually think about for real. So, hi ScentQuest. Do you know some fragrances that are amber and vanilla for masculine teens? So Gran Soir is an amber vanilla fragrance, but I don't think it's a teenager fragrance unless you have the cuddly vibe. And I know if you're thinking, what the hell does that mean? If you got it, you know you got it. But it's like Gran Soir would be what I would recommend for that, for the amber vanilla. But for teens, you might have to be able to pull that off. You know what I mean? It's a bit harder to pull off. Let's see. Rehab and Side Effects smell too vanillic. For me, Side Effect smells too boozy, or is more boozy, and Rehab is more, well, it's spicy. I don't really get vanilla too much with Rehab. What's the difference? Hi, Cabbage Girl, first of all. What are the differences between seasonal perfumes? I see a lot of winter perfumes, summer perfumes, but how do we gauge what perfume is for summer? So if you watch my videos on this, I kind of specified that the fresh and clean fragrances are for summer. The really like heavy, dense ones are for the winter. And here's how you could tell, like with citrusy fragrances, with floral fragrances, any watery aquatic scents, summertime, right? With things like vanilla, oud, like rum, dark chocolate, those type of things, those are more of your heavy scents. So wintertime, all right? Hi Natsu, how are you? I love this. You always say like the best things. You're like, good morning from Paris. But thank you, appreciate the love. I'm down to try that. Let's see. Ever regret? I ever regret getting Aventis in 2010. I think Creed made a bunch of fake base notes accounts citing reactions from women. Oof. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure about all of that, but I have made a few videos about Creed Aventis, and that, you know, it's a good fragrance, but it definitely gets more love from guys than it does from women. So it's kind of like the opposite of not side effect of like salt and pepper. You know what I mean? Where it's like if a guy smells that, they'd be like, I don't get it, lame, basic, like you know what I mean, stuff like that. But when girls smell it, like, holy shit, that smells really good. This person says boxer dropper, and I think that might be the better name for it. There are a lot of Aventis clones. You're right about that. Calabria, Nishane. Okay. I use Mandarin for school and super inoffensive but good. And you're like, yeah, Mandarin is really, really nice. That's also one of my favorite fresh fragrances on Gabrielle. That's also super unisex. And no lie, the first time I smelled it on her, in my mind, I don't even think I told her this, but I was like, damn, I wish I smelled that first because I would rock the hell out of that. But she wore it and she still smells like super amazing. But she definitely got her hands on that first. Kind of the same way she got her hands on Oud Symphony first, you know? So gotta respect the dibs with that. Okay, I have not tried Ani by that brand. Best Gourmand? I love Angel Share. Yeah. Cinnabon, but cinnamon boozy fragrance. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, is Tuxedo good for summer nights? You can, sure. Why not? Let's see. Oh, hold on. Okay, it's loading my questions. What are some summer beast mode in my opinion? What are some summer beast modes in my opinion? Oh, I have made a sexy summer scents video, Edward, that you can check out on my page. Just literally type in sexy summer scents, and I have the discount site links all in the description there. But Hachavat is a big performer. Cedrat Boisé is a good performer. But I really do love Salt and Pepper. Out of the three I mentioned, that's the one I've been using a lot of. I was gonna say Elysium, but people don't get the best performance with Elysium when they try it on themselves. So just be cautious with that. If it works on you, then please do so. My coworker tried to bite me. What the hell, bro? Layered Molecule 1 and Julian has a gun. Okay. That's funny. My biggest regret was Toy Boy. I have not tried that fragrance. I know that that's the teddy bear scent. But no lie, when I heard it was rose dominant, I kind of was a little about it. So we'll see. Hi Annie, how are you? Hi. This is my Filipino sister right here. I know, I could tell by your last name, you know. Did I say your name right? Is it Aini? Aini? What's your thoughts on Audible? I have not tried that. You ordered Spicebomb Extreme and Naxos? Fire. You're already getting ready for the fall. It just turned summer, bro. But no, you know what? Those are solid picks. Especially if you do want to wear them summer nights, you absolutely can. You can. But don't wear them while the sun is out, please. Don't. All right, let's see. I read reviews comparing salt and pepper to Sauvage. Thoughts? I've talked about this in all the videos I've mentioned salt and pepper, Kyle, but just to kind of break it down to you again, I could see how there would be a similarity because both have pepper and ambroxan. You know what I mean? And salt and pepper does have the mass appeal, and we all know that Sauvage has mass appeal as well. But here is what I find intriguing and different, is that I have worn salt and pepper around a lot of women that have smelled Sauvage countless times. I'm talking they each probably know 6 dudes that wear Sauvage. And they're very honest with me, right? So when I wore salt and pepper, if they thought it smelled like Sauvage, if that association was there, they would have been like, are you wearing Sauvage? Or they would have, you know, not really minded or cared about that. But the fact that they were like, what are you wearing? That smells so good. And they were just in love with it. And I told them that it was salt and pepper. That already goes to show me that it establishes itself as a different fragrance, and it still pulls like crazy. Post the link to which one? To buy salt and pepper. All right, 007. Here's the deal. So for salt and pepper, I do have a link for it on my not my last video, like the what's the name of that video? It says my video recently that said it finally got here. But pretty much if you go on Precious Liquid's website, you have to go on the limited collection tab because it's a limited collection fragrance, so we don't know how many are gonna be left. Like, I don't know, once the bottles run out, probably not gonna be restocked or anything like that. But it's on the limited collection tab, and I do have a coupon called Melissa20 that you get $20 off that fragrance. But again, remember that it's on the limited collection tab. It's not with the classic line. So just click that tab, then put that coupon in, save yourself 20 bucks, you'll be rolling. All right. Opinion on Thierry Mugler. Well, Chloe, I don't really like any of their fragrances. I got catfished by Ultra Zest. I thought it was going to be amazing. I loved the opening, and then the dry down, like there was no like the orange creamsicle vibe went away, you know? So it's a pass. Anything from Byredo, I've tried one. Baldi Afrique, didn't like it. Anything sweet summer scents for masculine teens. A sweet, you know what? Lamar is like a sweet pineapple fragrance. Is it super, it's very unisex, but I will tell you right now, it's super sexy to the feminine nose. All right, let's see. I use, Angel Share, cologne with cherry. Ooh, yeah, I have not tried that. Also use unscented bar soap to get the most out of your fragrances. Yes, actually Gabrielle did a takeover on this channel about icks, or actually no, I made a video about things that she found super attractive, right? And one thing she told me, she's like, something that was really attractive about you when I came over to your place was that when I went to your bathroom and she's like showered in my bathroom, there was no, like the soap was Dove soap and it was unscented. She's like, you didn't use like scented soaps or anything like that. I was like, what? For real? It's a thing? All right. Lamar by Kajal Perfumes. It's like this gold, it's a gold bottle with like this, like the sun from Rapunzel on top. That's what it looks like. But it's a sweet pineapple scent. You might think it goes a little bit more feminine, but like it projects. Definitely a summer nights type of fragrance. All right, let me catch up with these comments. Hi, Nikhil, how are you? Oops, I'm scrolling up, y'all. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Man, she's working double time here. Everyone's like, what do you think of Ojan? What do you think of this one? What do you think of this one? Man, baby, you should just go live with me. You know, if YouTube has that option where I can invite someone to go live with me, I would love to just have her be on live with me. That'd be awesome. I have Sauvage said I get salt and pepper. You can if you want to. I will say, like, it's a niche fragrance, right? So if you don't have any niche fragrances, well, what other scents do you have besides Sauvage? Like, are you already diversified? That's what I'm trying to say. Do you already have a sweet fragrance? Gentle Fluidity Silver or Blue Agave? For me right now, I'm going to go with Blue Agave because there's just something about it that kind of reminds me of like a sexy body shot on the beach. But Gentle Fluidity Silver does have a bigger, like bigger projection, bigger scent trail, but it kind of gets a little bit too overwhelming for me on what's it called during like the summertime. You know what I mean? So let's see. I'm annoyed because I went to this website, Percival website, but I noticed they won't take my PayPal billing country address because it's international. It sucks. Really? Dang. I think. Oh, you're paying through PayPal? You know, that's the first I've heard about that. But maybe try DMing them on Instagram or something like that. See what happens there. Like a lot of brands. That's what I do now, by the way. Like just like a quick hack for people that, like, when I try to buy things and it just doesn't go right, DMing brands on Instagram, they get back fast. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, your P.O. box is international? Man, I can understand the struggle with that. Let's see. You have a lot of Mancera. Yeah, Mancera has good performance. I'm not in love with a lot of their fragrances. I do like Cedrat Rosé, but I do prefer Salt and Pepper better. Here's what I'll say to, what's your name? Pathmark. All right. If you're looking for a fragrance that gets compliments, if that is what you're looking for, if you want a lot of compliments from women, then I would say, yeah, you can get Salt and Pepper. You know what I mean? If you are getting Salt and Pepper just for you and you just like, you got that masculine nose, you might get disappointed with it. But if you are looking to pull this summer, then I would say, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with having another fragrance in your collection that gets that sort of reaction. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's see. More questions. Neo from Sershoff. Ooh, I want to try that. I love Ojon, but I never got a compliment wearing that. To be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of that fragrance, but you know what? If you don't care about compliments, it's all good. And I have made videos about what fragrances are big compliment getters. And you know what? I think I might, if you guys want me to, I can do a newer video of that. I think I did one maybe like a month ago or something like that about big compliment pullers, because even though a lot of people don't comment, like there's like majority of people that watch my videos don't comment under the videos, I know that I get asked about compliment getters a lot. Push-ups and sit-ups pulls women. Nah, that's what guys think pulls women. That's kind of like saying that Creed Aventis pulls women. You know what I mean? So I made a video about this too, to be honest, like what is very attractive, like things women find super attractive and like how to be more attractive. I think that's the name of the video. But like, yeah, it's definitely not that. Let's see, Creed Aventis pulls men. Yes, it does. I tried Carlisle on paper and it didn't like it. Came off very sweet. I heard the dry down is better though. Yeah, no, the dry down is where it's at with Carlisle. I would say don't try it on paper though. You got to try that one on your skin. It's not like there's something different about it, YSL Caban. I don't like that fragrance. You know what? I don't like Kaftan. That one I hate. Caban, more, I can tolerate it more, but it's still a total pass. All right, let's see. You are right about the good personality part. 1000%. How do you differentiate collecting from addiction? I'm about to laugh because I'm like looking at my background behind me. I'm like, but here's the thing, I've always said that I always give love to the people that have sent me bottles. Like I have the best followers ever. I think shout out to Isaiah for giving me Risala. This other guy gave me Silver Mountain Water when I told him that the one creed, I made a video about the one creed I want is Silver Mountain Water. And I get a DM the next day and this guy's like, Melissa, I got this bottle I don't use. What's your P.O. box? And sends me Silver Mountain Water. So like you guys are the best. The same thing happened with Galloway, like Baccarat Rouge. So I couldn't have asked for like better subscribers and followers on all my platforms. All right. Let's see. Before meeting your GF, fave first date night scents. Well, to be honest, before, well, around the year that I met Gabrielle, that's when I finally kind of came to terms with my sexuality. So I wasn't really like, I wasn't out, you know what I mean? So that's what I'll say. But definitely La Nuit de l'Homme was a fragrance I had before I met her. And that one was great. And she also really, really loves La Nuit de l'Homme too. You wore Leighton at 100 in 100 degrees Fahrenheit. People in the function were loving it. Damn, you're bold. I respect that. But holy shit. To me, I would get irritated with that. I'd be like, damn, what is this guy doing blasting Leighton here? But you know what? If it works, it works. All right. Lamar Kajal alternatives. Not that I know right now in terms of sweet pineapple fragrances. Let's see. You know what, Timmy? I can't think of any Le Parfum alternatives because I haven't tried that flanker yet. Let's see. Yep, it's not addiction if it's gifted to you. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take that. Thank you, RM. And it's good to see you. I don't know if you've been in this chat the whole time, but I noticed that profile picture with the cute dog. I think it's a dog. Apparently having a lidded trash can in the bathroom is bonus points. The bar is very low. Yeah, the bar, that's, I never heard of that before, but damn, that's all I have to say. Let's see. Oh. You love Kaftan? Okay. Let's see. Melissa, what's your take on Renaissance? I heard the mint note is divine. Well, Jimmy, I didn't really care too much about it. The thing is, yes, the mint note was nice, but would I drop $200 for that fragrance? No. I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. You got a subscriber. Thank you, 007. I'm out. Have a good one. You too. I appreciate the love. Let's see. Hi, babe. What happened? Hi. Hi. Man, you're working overtime in here, huh? Recommendations for 21 years old. You want to go fresh and clean. You want something more unisex, feminine, masculine. Your name is Kyle, but you tell me what your preferences are, and if you want something sweet, that sort of stuff. All right. Hachavat is a good pineapple scent. Don't know if it's necessarily an alternative. It is a pineapple scent, but it's not a sweet pineapple scent. Okay. Renaissance smells like a lemon tree. That is exactly what I thought. It smelled like I was underneath a lemon tree. Wow. Man, you and I, we got very similar taste here. Let's see. I use Ralph by Ralph Lauren. Any around that smell? I have smelled that fragrance before, but I gotta tell you, I cannot remember it. It smelled good. It smelled good. Or was that Tommy by Tommy? No, it was Ralph by Ralph Lauren. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Does Herod really got performance issues? On me, it did. On me, it did. Some people get good performance, but on me, it wasn't that great. Azara Wanted by Night. I've only tried the Most Wanted, but that's a pass. What are the cons of Tobacco Vanille? The cons of Tobacco Vanille is that it doesn't smell like tobacco and vanilla. It smells like a gingerbread cookie. It's very much a holiday type of fragrance. You know what I mean? It's not something that you think is... Honestly, when I smelled Spicebomb Extreme, that's what I thought Tobacco Vanille would smell like. But yeah, it's more... It smells like gingerbread cookies and like a chai latte, But it does perform really, really well. Somebody told me I smelled like candy once when I wore Tobacco Vanille, so just be prepared for a more like sweet, cozy type of fragrance as opposed to like a very like in your face sexy scent. It is sexy, but in a cozy way, if that makes sense. All right. Not a scroll. What are you talking about, babe? What is she talking about? I want to scroll up to see I've been trying to scroll up to see your comments. I did try Sauvage Elixir, and it lasts a long time. Definitely a beast in performance. I only really liked it though in the dry down, and what I mean by that is like about 6 weeks later, because it was still on my sweater after I washed it like 4 or 5 times in the laundry. But when I was wearing it and testing it, didn't care about it too much. Tested it on a guy, same thing. It was but the guy liked it, so he found it to be a nice fragrance. But I only really liked it like that 6 weeks later on the sweater. But ever since then, Don't really care for it. If you're a fan of the Sauvage DNA and you want a sweeter version, then go for it. I have tried Straight to Heaven by Killian, and it is a pass for me. It just kind of smells like a dried fruit board with some rum. I'm not really with it that much. All right, let's see. I have, you know what, tobacco leather I've only ever sprayed on a test strip. So I can't say, I can't pick. Let's see. No, I have not tried Tigara yet. It's funny because I have a lemon tree. When I got the bottle, I laughed because I could just go outside if I wanted to smell Renaissance. Literally, when I smelled Renaissance, the first thing that came to my mind was Under the Lemon Trees by Maison Margiela. I was like, damn, this smell, it was unreal to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there was a little bit of that, like, mint, but I definitely got the lemon tree vibe. 1000%. Is Gran Soir good? Yeah, it is good. If you like a powdery amber vanilla type of fragrance. No, I haven't tried Cedrat Rosé Intense and Cuban cologne. Like a Cuban designer house cologne. Not really sure. Not really sure. Let's see. Love Don't Be Shy is the best Fruit Loops I've ever smelled. Right? I remember even, I think Dar was the one that said that, where she's like, this kind of smells like Fruit Loops. And ever since she said that, I couldn't get that out my head. But it's really good. Like, I love the way that fragrance smells. Okay, Gran Soir is good if you're 60 years old. Come on now. You know what? Honestly, I still, like, for me, like, when I wore that, I wore it, like, last year and stuff like that. It got a lot of love. It really, really did. But I could see how, you know, some people think it smells like a candle because it can smell kind of thick, you know. I have not. Burberry for women. Ooh, I would love to try that, but I haven't. I've only tried Burberry Brit. What are your thoughts on macerating aging cologne? I noticed that when you let them rest for a couple weeks after I receive them, they become stronger and last longer. I haven't tried that. That kind of sounds like a villain. You know what I mean? Like they just like they're, you know, or if you've seen, actually, no. I'm not going to say that. But I've never really tried that before. Usually when I have a fragrance, like I don't let it sit. I'm like antsy to use it, and if I love it, you won't see me like stop using it, you know? All right. I finally bought Creed Virgin Island water. There was a shortage for a while. Oh, nice. L'Homme Ideal EDP is a pass for me. I did buy that fragrance, and I honestly regret blind buying it. Well, I don't regret doing a blind buy, but the fragrance itself was kind of a letdown for me. I really tried to love it. Don't get me wrong. There was a time where I was like forcing myself to love this fragrance, but at the end of all that and looking back on it now when I smell it, it does smell different, but it's still so average. You know what I mean? Well, Jimmy, I've only tried one Byredo fragrance, so I can't really say. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm on top of these questions. Let's go. You like L'Homme Ideal EDP way better. I've tried, I think, everything besides the Extreme Flanker from that lineup. What's the worst smelling fragrance I bought? I'm looking here because it's mainly on this side. I think I might have given it away. You know what? There's never been a worse smelling fragrance, but probably the one I liked the least, it probably was L'Homme, like the L'Homme, but the Guerlain fragrance. Yeah, it was cherryish, and that was nice, but, you know. I have not tried that fragrance, Sosa. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up on more of these. Hey, you seen the new Off-White fragrances that are out? No, I have not. Is that a brand? That's sweet. I'm down. All right. I heard you want a full bottle of Hyrax. Sent that to your P.O. box. You're super sweet. You know what? Just because you did that, I will do another giveaway where I will just give Hyrax to the person that wants it the most and then just write them the sweetest card. You know what I mean? Okay. Have I tried Nasomato? No. I have not tried anything from that brand. The Iris one you hated from Maison Crivelli, that was a gift from Maison Crivelli. All right, and that is just, I mean, to the newer people that are subscribed to my channel that you know, if you've been with me for a longer time, then you know my feelings on things. But even when brands were sending me stuff earlier, it's been the same as it is today, where I will straight up tell you if I don't like a fragrance. Like, it's very sweet that Maison Crivelli sent me a bunch of samples and this fragrance, but there's no need for me to lie to you and not tell you that I didn't yak after smelling this scent. Now, I will say that I was sick, and I was like, you know what, I can test fragrances. I want to do this, and it made me so nauseous. Like, that mixed with my belly kind of being out of sorts, and I just never smelled it since. Don't want to. It takes me back to bad times. I think the next morning I actually called 911. Not because of this fragrance, okay? Let me just clear that real fast, but like it just kind of spiraled after that, no lie. All right, let's see. What is your lifetime expectancy of a fragrance? Well, Jay, that totally depends on how you store it. Because if you store your fragrance properly, there are people that have been using that same scent for 20 years. And if you're thinking 20 years seems really long, I'm telling you right now, a lot of people only probably do one spray occasionally. You know what I mean? They are not applying their fragrances every single day. But, you know, if you store it improperly, then it can probably last you less than a year, you know, or it's going to start smelling different. Okay, let's see. And yes, hot, humid climate does kill the longevity. So keep your fragrances out of your bathroom. Are your necklaces not reacting or concerned when you use frags? Thanks. Well, you know, I'm glad you asked this because I was going to do a video on it. This is the chain that I've had the longest. It's been 2 months. 2 months. And I sprayed a lot of fragrance on this. Same with my other Cuban. It's been fine. It's been completely fine. And I want to keep doing that because I want to see how strong and how good of quality these are. And just a quick side note, I will tell you right now that I did the GLD Figaro chain that I have kind of came off while I was in the shower, whereas the Jackson chains that I've been using don't, like, they have never fallen off. I've used these everywhere and the quality has been great. So in terms of quality, I might be leaning towards Jackson, not gonna lie. I would love to try more from both brands though. I've never tried Herba Pura before. I don't think it does add to her own spin on it though. What are you talking about, babe? You talking about me? About me? Let's see. Fave fragrance to wear to a beach trip or a tropical vacation. Right now, I do love salt and pepper. But I've like for a tropical vacation, I probably would go with Blue Agave. Blue Agave or Elysium. Or Molecule 01. Yeah. That's what I would do. People keeping them in the cooler. I have not done that, but you're like, that seems extra to me. Yeah, I mean, I just, you see where I store them. Like, there's no sunlight that hits this, so it's a good thing. You know, I haven't tried any Cartier bracelets or chains. I'd love to. I really would. What's the weirdest interaction I've had with a salesperson? I remember I was at this mall one time. This was back in the Philippines, and it was kind of my first time with this where, like, you know what? No, it's not that one. There was another place I went to, like, when I was probably 14 years old. I went to this store that sold leather jackets, just like straight up leather jackets, and you can obviously tell that the workers were commission based. And like, this girl would not stop following me and my family around. Everything we put on, she's like, that looks great on you, and I'm like, leave us alone. But then my dad looked awesome with this leather jacket, so we got it, and she was just with us the whole time. But it's like, please, like, I don't need this ball and chain. Like, you need to just let me breathe, you know? So, let's see. All questions about cologne aside, how's life going? Aw, thanks. Yes, life is going great. How is yours? How is yours? Thanks for that question. I've never tried Tigar before, Jesus. Blue Agave reminds me of Arolfa. Ooh, I've never tried that fragrance before. But I will say what I love about Blue Agave is that there's a youthfulness to it, and that it's not as citrusy because it's agave, but like I said, like the sexy tequila shot vibe. I personally haven't been wearing fragrances like that. So yes, it has that mass appeal, but it's so easy to wear, you know? What about Aphrodisiac? Didn't like that fragrance from Inicio, honestly. Okay. Hi Melissa, I love your channel. Thanks. Have I tried Tuberose by BDK? So, Zenani, I've only tried Possessoir, Smoking Rouge, or Rouge Smoking, and and Gris Charnel. So I have not tried that one. Hi Jen, how are you? Do they sell Molecula 1 fragrances anywhere? I mean, Molecula 1 samples? Yes, on Scent Split. A couple more questions, y'all, before I gotta dip. But the same thing happened now. I order everything online because of that, and I risk my luck with the scent. They do. They follow you everywhere, and it's just like, please, please, like, I mean, I get it. It gives the workers like initiative, or makes them want to sell more because, you know, more inclination to make more money. But it's like at the expense of pissing off the customer, and that's a line that you don't really want to teeter if you don't have to, you know? Thoughts on Gris Charnel? Smells good, but performance sucks. Now, I know they released an extrait version of that, but I haven't tried that yet. So my oldest fragrance in this collection is La Nuit de l'Homme. Love that scent. But no, yeah, no, it is La Nuit de l'Homme. Yeah, it is. But before I'm going to wrap this up, again, if you're new and you just came on, my favorite fragrances right now, Salt and Pepper. I love Elysium. Those are, like, honestly, and like Blue Agave too, but Salt and Pepper and Elysium are the two main ones that I've been using. And with Elysium, you can find it on Raja Parfum's website. You can find it on Max Aroma. I have links for those too if you want to support the channel. If not, totally buy where you're comfortable. I think Fragrance Net has it as well. With Salt and Pepper, that fragrance can be found on Precious Liquid's website. And I do have a coupon for that called Melissa20 if you want to get $20 off of that fragrance. But you have to click their limited collection tab because it's not with their other fragrances. And I also have a Max Aroma link for that, but I think there's only like one bottle left or something like that. Those are the only two places I know that hold that fragrance. But okay, let me just answer a couple of these. Do I like Pegasus? I like Pegasus on my sister. I don't really find it that masculine of a scent. Ooh, your cat can't stand fragrances, beats me up for that. Should I call the police? Damn, yeah, that's aggressive. You know, I would call pet control, just have them talk to her, you know what I mean, or him, and see how that goes. Thank you, Melissa, for your work. Thanks, Edward, I appreciate you. How often should you apply fragrances if you go nose blind? Honestly, just ask other people around you if they could still smell you. Because if you go nose blind to these scents, like, that doesn't mean that they're gone. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't even have to reapply. Like the time I wore Cedrat Rosé, I thought that thing totally fell off. But my sister, who was like 3 arms lengths away from me, was saying that it was still blasting. So you don't want to just go off you being nose blind and then reapplying that way, because it might get too much to other people around you. All right, y'all. Anyways, thanks for the love. Again, discount site links, all that. You can just randomly click on one of my videos and you'll see it. But I appreciate everything and the time that you guys took to even ask me questions and be here in the first place. So I hope you have a great night. Thanks, JD. And I will see y'all later, okay? Take care.